Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I guess nothing's working tonight, but anyway, how y'all doing? Everybody, I would love to welcome you guys to Marcus Speaks Live, the very podcast that gives you trending topics and other random things. I'm your host, Marcus, everybody. So, let's get into this. Let's get through the promotions. I think tonight's going to be a short show. I'm not sure yet for the simple fact that I don't know how everything is going to go tonight. Not sure, but you know, we'll get through it. But in the meantime, in between time, please, if you could, like this video, share this video, comment in the live chat. I will be chatting back with you guys, and please subscribe if you're new here. If you can, hit that bell icon also you can get all my notifications when I go live and when I post the video. People, every Friday this here podcast comes on at 8 o'clock p.m. I was a little late tonight. It has a little bit of technical difficulties, but show must go on. But with that being said, Marcus Speaks Live comes on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday, alright? My second stream that I do on Saturdays is on hiatus until further notice. But usually on Saturdays when I stream, I come on at that comes on at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, that comes on usually at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time Saturdays. So please don't forget to come and check me out. When I have a live going, you won't want to miss it. Turn it up a little bit more because I don't want to miss my drops. But as well, once you have subscribed to this here YouTube channel, Marcus Speaks, please go into the description box. Find the Rumble link, hit the Rumble link, and follow me over on Rumble. I want to start simulcasting to both, not just here on YouTube, but over on Rumble. All right? It's a free speech environment. Some things we can say over here on YouTube, we can say over there on Rumble. So please do me that favor. If you want to come up here and come talk to me, you can. All right? There's a link pinned in the live chat as well as a number. The number is 302-283-9791. I repeat, the number is 302-283-9791. Come in, come talk to me. But with that comes rules. The rules are, you must be on camera at all times. That means here on the backstage into the viewing public if you would like them to see you. But if you don't, rule number 2 is basically, please do yourself a favor. Once you come back here, there's a private chat back here. Don't make it a conversation. Just let me know with your name that you put back here, and as well as your answer, yes or no, if you want to be on camera. I will further accommodate you from there. And with that being said, do me this favor, because this is rule number 3. Please mute all background noise, or use wired headphones. Please go to a nice secluded spot in your house if you can, that is very quiet, that you can come and talk to me. If you have me on either on your phone, tablet, computer, TV, turn me down or turn me off once you hit that link to come back here or when you call the number, all right? Due to feedback and, all that other crazy stuff. If you could, please like this video, subscribe if you're new here, hit that bell icon to all, comment in the live chat and share this with your friends and family and your social medias if you could. Yeah, people, my show consists of 3 parts. Now, you can't see me because my damn microphone consists of 3 parts. My own opinion, and articles that I have chosen, and videos that I have chosen. Not all in that order, but, excuse me, but all articles have been altered from its original form to help with plagiarism, and all videos. We'll get to fair use in just a moment, but all videos and all articles are credited in the description box below. All right. If you guys don't know what fair use is, well, instead of me letting you guys know, I'll let the big screen back here let you know. If it plays, if not, I'll be reading. All right, doesn't work, so this is what we'll do. All right, people. Fair use is federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, so that's fair use, people. Hope you guys know what fair use is now. Just a thought. Cause I gotta help myself from getting flagged. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, what else do I have to say to you guys? Like, all right, did the fair use snippet, did the promotions, told you guys that the articles and videos are accredited in the description box below. All right. Let's turn this theme music off. Let's turn the real music on. People. What I like to do, it's probably my shirt. That's probably the reason why I look like that. Anyway. What I like to do with my show, before we get into the main topic, usually I like to do short banters. Basically, a warm up topic to get us going, get people in here and stuff like that. So tonight's short banter is, people. Your boy Kai Cenat, right? There was a picture floating around. There was a picture floating around on, not a picture. I'm sorry. There were videos floating around on X, and your boy was looking a little zesty. Your boy was looking a little zesty in these videos. I'm about to show them to you guys. Now look, I don't have nothing against Kai. I think Kai is a great streamer. I believe he's he's at the top of the game when it comes to streaming. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I wish to be him. You know what I'm saying? I wish to be that kid one day. For the simple fact is that that boy is doing his thing out there. But he has to get these jokes. So, this is your boy right here. Wait a minute. I don't know what type of music he's playing. But this is your boy right here. He's sitting here looking zesty as hell. Kai in 4K, doing all this zestiness. Somebody took a zester and started scraping this motherfucker and sprinkled it on him. This is Kai. This is your boy Kai doing all of this. This is him doing all this. All right. It gets worse. It gets worse. That's from last week. Hold on. It's going. Let's go into the post. All right, here we go. So it's another video. Here we go, right here. everybody has humbled beginnings. You know what I mean? Everybody starts somewhere. So I'm not judging them. Plus, my little cousin, he I guess he wanted to try his hand at stand-up comedy or whatever. I believe he moved to Atlanta for a little bit. I don't know if he was going to school down there or not. But all I know is that he was in Atlanta for a while. And my little cousin used to make videos just like this, imitating my aunt, his grandmother. And I don't know, maybe kids his age, did this type of thing. Maybe they was just making fun of shit like this. Um, some people find it funny, but like I said, he's grown from this. Everybody has humble beginnings, but it's a little zest in these whatchamacallit, these videos going on. And they said that's Diddy jacking off to him. Now I don't know if Kai caught wind of any of this, but if he has now, you know what I'm saying? This is what the zest gets you, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. Everybody, that concludes tonight's short banter. I hope you guys enjoyed, because that shit was weird. But anyway, so with the main topic of the night, people, I hope you guys are ready. Hold up, I need to cue some of this stuff up real fast. What's my starting point? Damn, I don't have it on the sheet because I switched it last night. All right, so I need to get to that. All right, is it there? All right. Oh, hold on. Let me just. That's smarter to do it like that. All right, boom. All right. So, people, tonight's main topic overview is Tiffany Red sues Diddy. So, if you guys aren't aware, of all this Diddy news that's happening, so we all know the Cassie lawsuit has happened. Cassie won a substantial amount of money that has been disclosed. No one knows how much she was paid. I guess it's not any of our business, which is fine. I don't mind. I don't really care like that. But with this Diddy case, so he's had several come out so far. He's had the he had the Cassie trial, and like 3 other women has came out since all of that, as well as the little Rod situation that I covered last week. I also had the lawsuit all on the screen that you guys can see, and stuff like that. That was last week's video. And as well as Tiffany Red. Tiffany Red said that she, King Trey said she stated in her interview she knew what was happening to Cassie. And now let me get this on screen because this is important, because this is somebody who pays attention. King Trey says she stated in her interview she knew what was happening to Cassie, and now she acts like after she wrote the song she was made aware of. I don't know if that was an attack on her or not. I'm not too sure, but I'll keep going. So, like I was saying, Tiffany Red has said and stated that she will sue Diddy, and I don't have an issue with that because Diddy's a menace. He needs to get somebody needs to get Diddy off the streets. Like, he's out here wilding. So without further ado, but before we get into any Tiffany Red news, I want to get a little conspiratorial real fast, if that's all right with you guys. Now, this week I was looking at a video. I didn't know what the hell it entailed. What is this? Oh, it's that. I didn't know what it entailed, right? So I just clicked on it. I clicked on it and I started watching. And it's someone that everybody that doesn't agree with. It has Candace Owens in it. Now I know how we feel about Candace Owens. I understand. Candace Owens has been following this close as well. And was it this video I'm about to play? You'll hear say that it's getting a little too dangerous for her to keep covering because of what she's finding, and I don't blame her. But this is her talking about this here subject.
All right, so I wasn't kidding at the top, guys. I am probably not going to cover this anymore because it is definitely getting a bit terrifying. Obviously, we covered this. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch. I believe it was Monday's episode. But yes, the Diddy lawsuit is absolutely crazy. Full stop. What if I told you guys that it is about to get even crazier, that there is directly a link to Michael Jackson's death? I want to be clear that when everything was going on with Michael Jackson, the lawsuits, his death, I thought that we were in full conspiracy theory territory.
All right, so to catch y'all up, because I watched that video as well, what she's bringing up is basically, so the video before this video that she made, she went over how there's some sort of connection between Diddy and Michael Jackson. It's by one person, just one person, that they're connected through, and we'll get into that.
When people were saying that Michael Jackson was killed, I actually know a lot of people that are in the industry who believe that Michael Jackson was killed, and I just thought it just sounds too whacked out to believe that somebody intentionally killed Michael Jackson. Of course, why would they do that? And also, I was believing the media. The media was extensively saying every single day that he was a pedophile, even though he factually won his case. I allowed my image of Michael Jackson certainly to be corroded by the media throughout that time period. I will fully confess that. Now, I want to remind you, before we get back into Michael Jackson, what we learned in the Diddy documents, just to very quickly recap. Well, if you read through them, again, these are all allegations, but you will come out of it understanding that there is a...
Got to stop it for fair use purposes. But if you guys look at my video that I did last week, I had the lawsuit pinned on the screen here. It was on this side. I had to move over, but that's not important. But I had the lawsuit of Little Rod's on the screen. So I think I went over maybe 12, 15 pages or so. Maybe more. I stopped it around the point where I started talking about how Diddy's like the Jeffrey Epstein of the hip hop industry, and his assistant is like his Ghislaine Maxwell and stuff like that. So covered all of that. So let's fast forward. And I'll get to your comment in just a minute, King Trey. So in the lawsuit, it implicated that Diddy was doing some nefarious things to Little Rod. Little Rod basically, in detail, in his own words, by way of his lawyer, told his lawyer everything that had happened to him as far as sexual harassment, sexual assault, and everything else underneath the sun that has been coming forth about Diddy in any other lawsuit that has been brought up. So, with Little Rod and his lawsuit, basically, in a nutshell, he implicated that Diddy would try to grope his anus and his genitals. He tried to tell his assistant, Diddy's assistant, KK basically told Lil Rod, yo, that's how Sean likes to play. Sean to be Sean. So basically her brushing it all off because she's been through this with him. Um as well as in there stated that every time, I guess, when Diddy had company and they would go into her room, she would rush out the door. She would leave because she already knew what was about to happen. As well as he implicated that several times that Diddy tried to get him to have sex with sex workers or prostitutes. Um, he also said that one Thanksgiving when he was helping Diddy produce his album, the Love album that just came out like last November or whatever, that his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, I don't know if she's I don't know if Young Miami and Diddy are still together or not, but anyway, they Young Miami sent her cousin off when Little Rod went to the bathroom to do some things to him, some sexual things to him. So with that being said, he said that he told her, no, I don't want anything to do with you, stop. He left the bathroom. She then still tried to get him to do something. So basically, I guess Diddy initiated a freak off. It was time for a freak off. And with that, Diddy showed at a later time. He showed Little Rod some videos of his favorite producer doing gay sexual acts with another man. And what else is there? He also implicated some other people that was redacted. People are speculating, or the speculation in the lawsuit that of people that he brought up was Chris Brown, Usher, and Meek Mill. That's the reason why Meek Mill's been going crazy or whatever. You haven't seen any of DJ Academic's videos, then go and check out the lawsuit. I forgot to put the lawsuit in the description box last week so you guys could check it out for yourselves. So if I can remember, I'll put it in this video's description so you guys can see it. All right, so before we get to the video, King Trey says she will not win this lawsuit. She wasn't harmed or sexually assaulted. She knew there was a huge chance this music would never see the light of day due to the conditions Cassie was being subjected to. You're right. But I believe she has somewhat of a case due to her work. She did some work. She just wants to be paid for it. That's all. Doesn't matter if I believe it doesn't matter if the music gets put out or not for her to get paid. I believe since she's not a part of like the performance side of everything, she's on the heavy lifting side, which is producing and writing the songs. I believe um she's eligible for compensation. This is basically the whole thing that Little Rod's going through as well, because Little Rod basically just wanted to get paid. Diddy offered him 20,000 at first, and then Little Rod was like, okay, cool, but 30 that no, I think Little Rod asked for 50,000 overall, but Diddy was trying to break him down to 20,000. Well, I can give you 20,000, and I can give you the house, or I can buy you a car. You know what I'm saying? You let me know what you want me to do, and you can have it. Lil Rob wasn't having it. He was basically saying, look, I just want my money. Like, I don't care about cars or houses. I just want my money. And Diddy hasn't paid him, so that's the reason why Lil Rod has his lawsuit. So, getting back into the video, here we go. So, as I said, this is basically a conspiracy portion about this because Candace Owens is trying to connect Diddy to Michael Jackson. Not saying that Diddy had anything to do with Michael Jackson's passing. It's just that they're linked by one person. That's what she's getting at.
Allegedly some sort of a blackmail ring that is operating throughout Hollywood, and that artists that are producing music are actually being controlled via being induced into drugs at parties, and then what takes place is they're being reported, and sometimes they're being recorded while they are committing sexual acts with minors. And something that we also saw in these docs is that these parties, at least a lot of them, are taking place in the Virgin Islands, which again just makes you go, what's happening here? Because Jeffrey Epstein, obviously, his home, or he owned an island that was just off the coast of St. Thomas. So we hear that again. I also been jogging.
So with that, I believe it was the top of last year, if not the year before, or I can't remember when it was. I believe it was the top of last year. The very first video I made last year was of an attorney general in the Virgin Islands that was trying to figure out where Jeffrey Epstein's money was coming from. So she is no longer the DA. What the hell did I say earlier? Did I say attorney general? I meant district attorney. That's what I meant. She was the DA of the Virgin Islands. She got very close of figuring out where Jeffrey's money was coming from. That's when her boss basically made her resign because she was getting a little too close to where the money was coming from. All right, so I believe it was the beginning of this year, if not the end of last year. I believe the Virgin Islands put out a lawsuit against J.P. Morgan. Was it J.P. Morgan Chase? Yes, J.P. Morgan Chase, or Chase Bank. And but the lawsuit basically was the implication that Chase Bank has something to do with all of this. They basically had a hand in this Jeffrey Epstein business. That's what the DA was getting at, but they basically took it upon themselves to, I guess, the Virgin Islands or whatever, took it upon themselves to go further into what, and I forgot the lady's name. But anyway, we're talking about blackmail here, right? Why is Diddy going to the Virgin Islands? St. Thomas, I believe, is a part of the Virgin Islands, and not Diddy, but Jeffrey Epstein had an island, his own island, off the coast of St. Thomas. And then Diddy was going to the Virgin Islands to make his album and stuff like that, and he had people coming through, which, as I said, the people implicated in the lawsuit was Chris Brown, Usher, and Meek Mill. Lil Rod said that these people were allegedly doing sexual acts with underage girls. That's basically what was being said. And they, was in a compromising position. This is how, and she'll get into this as well, with the blackmail thing, this is how powerful people, just like Epstein, was able to basically use blackmail on, world leaders and congressmen and stuff like that. So here we go.
In your memory about the Bitcoin millionaire who, right before his death, found drowned, accidental drowning, even though he was fully clothed and had his wallet in his pocket, tweeted that the CIA and the Mossad were running a blackmail ring in the Virgin Islands. Something else that we learned in the Diddy lawsuit was that the media and the authorities are complicit. So the ring has real power, not imagined power. Again, I am using the word alleged because this person, despite having, video evidence and he has presented photographic evidence, this has not yet gone through the court system. And so we can't say that it's entirely true. And I'd say the biggest point that we took away from these Diddy docs was that this ring, if you believe it exists, can and will murder people to protect themselves. And he intimated this event that happened allegedly at a recording studio where Diddy and his son allegedly shot someone, and it was covered up by the LAPD and then the media.
All right, with that, she's given a lot of good details. I can go in further with it because, like I said, I was reading the lawsuit. So, with the whole shooting in the studio, so Little Rod implicated that Diddy had a writers and producers camp in LA. It was at some LA studio called Chalice Studios. So Diddy had a camp. He basically was getting people together, basically letting them know, like, this is how I want the album to be. This is what type of songs I want. I want you guys to get together, write songs, produce some music together. I want you guys to, make this album a feel-good album. All right. So, Diddy's son, Justin, comes through with his 30-year-old friend, G. That's the name that they gave, the letter G. That's what the guy's name is, G. So Justin, I believe, gets into an altercation with G at the camp. Diddy takes Justin and G out of the studio, and they go, this is Lil Rod's words here that I'm saying. They go to an adjacent bathroom across from the studio that they were in. And they said that there was, a loud argument happening in the bathroom, followed by three or four gunshots. So everybody comes out of the studio to see what's going on. They said that they saw Diddy and Justin come out of the bathroom, and they went to another studio. I believe the studio was like Studio 34 or something like that, they said. So with that, G, was looking around because everybody was looking around like not doing nothing. So G took it upon himself to aid G from basically bleeding out. So Lil Rod said that he put pressure on the gunshot wound, which was between like the abdomen, upper leg area. He said he put pressure there. He saw that it was another area on his leg that was gushing out blood. So he said that he took G, picked G up, put G on a toilet, and applied pressure there along with putting just so he doesn't bleed out everywhere. I guess he was trying to cover the wound up with like paper towels or whatever. I don't know how that would help, but that's what he said. And then the police came. Diddy told Lil Rod said that Diddy instructed everyone to say he had nothing to do with it. That G was outside and someone committed a drive-by shooting on him by way of him being shot. Cops come, everybody gives that story. I don't know what happened. I was now here. Must have been a drive-by shooting, whatever, right? Everybody tells that same story. And then, Diddy gets away with it, whatever. All right. Let's get back into the video.
All right, so within those docs, and this is where it gets relevant, there is one man that is named as being the person that can do the cleanups, right? This is the guy that you are supposed to call if you get into any sort of a scenario. So in these docs, it says, Mr. Combs instructs his staff to always contact Mr. Muhammad, that is Fahim Muhammad, if they are ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. And upon information and belief, this is regarding the shooting that took place at Chalice Recording Studios. Again, he is alleging that Diddy and his son shot someone. And after that shooting, the documents say explicitly that Mr. Muhammad spoke with the LAPD after G was shot at the recording studio. The LAPD was in the recording studio and witnessed the blood in the restroom, and they went with the bogus.
All right. Also in the lawsuit, it shows. Okay, so this is one thing I didn't say in the beginning. So Little Rod said in the lawsuit that Diddy told him to record at all times. So Little Rod said that he has countless amount of footage and pictures, photographs, that he can hand over to either his lawyer or the police or whatever to help the case. In the lawsuit, the pictures of the bathroom floor and toilet has blood on it. There's pictures of everybody that worked for Diddy and everyone who's implicated, not implicated, but that that Lil Rod is suing. So it was some white dude, I forgot his name, something Grange or Greenwich or whatever. Ethiopia something. She's the CEO of Motown, Diddy himself, Bad Boy Records, and all that. I believe the Grange guy is the head of Universal Music Group or Warner Brothers Music Group is one of those. And there's pictures of a night in the studio with sex workers and underage girls drinking. He also says the same thing that Mark Curry said, that Diddy had bottles of alcohol spiked. Lil Rod said that there was bottles of alcohol that was spiked that night. And what else was said? I believe that's all. But with these pictures, he shows everyone who he names by name. Everyone has a picture, or whatever. Diddy has a picture. Justin has a picture. I think Young Miami has a picture. KK has a picture. Grange has a picture. And then we get to Fahim. What was his name? Fahim Muhammad. So this is the guy who they're saying was the head of security. Excuse me, for Michael Jackson. But from what I understand, it was another guy that was the head. Maybe he had two different security teams that he was working with at the time. So whenever he needed someone else to travel with him, he called those guys, and then maybe Fahim and them was his, around the clock security, whatever.
Claim that the shooting of G occurred outside of the studio. This was all thanks to Mr. Muhammad's connections within law enforcement. So again, what we are seeing there is that you call this guy and this guy will make it disappear, and the media will report whatever the incident is in a capacity that covers up the crime, allegedly. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The cleanup guy, Mr. Fahim Muhammad, was also on the scene when Michael Jackson died. So I want to introduce you to and allow you to listen to Ian Carroll. He's an independent journalist that is investigating everything that is going on, and he explains that connection that Fahim has with Michael Jackson. Take a listen.
So this new lawsuit just came out that shows tons of evidence that P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, has been running a sexual blackmail operation very much like Jeffrey Epstein, but in the rap and music industry for basically 30 years. And in that lawsuit, we learned that his head of security while he's running the sexual blackmail ring is this guy named Fahim Muhammad, who before working for Diddy was the head of security for Michael Jackson when he was only 21. And he was one of the first people on the scene when Michael Jackson died. And before we go to
All right. So this is where shit gets spooky, because he gets into the the murder trial of Michael Jackson, and we all know who they say killed Michael Jackson. It was what was that doctor's name? I forgot his name. Let me look it up real fast. What's this dude's name? Oh, come on. I believe what's his name? Just give me the name. Conrad Murray. So we all remember, Conrad Murray was on trial. Conrad Murray was on trial, basically for the murder of Michael Jackson. Now, this guy, Ian Carroll, he's saying since Fahim was the first person on the scene when Michael Jackson died, that allegedly, that Ian Carroll is implicating that Fahim might have had a hand in the death of Michael Jackson. This is his words, not mine. But here we go.
Michael Jackson, the most important part of the Diddy case to bring across is the fact that the record executives at the very top knew what P. Diddy was doing. They were attending the parties with underage girls where they were spiking drinks. They were deeply involved in Diddy's personal life, and all evidence points to them supporting his operation, or at the very least turning a blind eye to it.
So yes, this is obviously huge. It's also potentially terrifying. And now, if you want to be rational and use the rational side of your brain, you just go, okay, well, this could just be a coincidence, right? Like Fahim Muhammad, he is in security. And yes, he obviously is high up in security. He was providing security to Michael Jackson. He happened to die on his watch. Big deal, right? Big deal. Well, I think that would lead us to the question of who exactly is Fahim Muhammad, because that's kind of a big first job to have. You're 21 years old and you're protecting the king of pop. What exactly are his qualifications? Let's go back to Ian Carroll and his reporting.
And now, here's the best part. Check this out. This is in all of his bios, by the way, but we're pointing it out now. In 2008, Fahim graduated from Sacramento State University with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business Administration with a concentration in real estate and marketing. Okay? Do you realize what's wrong with that yet? Anything coming to mind? When did Michael Jackson die? June 25th, 2009. Jackson died from cardiac arrest caused by a propofol and benzodiazepine overdose, caused by his doctor, apparently. Hold up. Hold the phone. Pause. Why is a dude who just graduated college last year with a business and real estate degree the head of security for the king of pop, for Michael Jackson, the most famous musician of all time?
Well, that's a good question. I would say this. He couldn't get a job in either real estate or what was the other thing that he said. Anyway, he couldn't get a job in either field, so he probably played football in college, and he probably was like, I'm a big enough guy, I'm a strong enough guy. Maybe I'll get into security services. So he gets into security services. You know, honest living. He gets to protect high profile people. So he probably works for an agency, and they're like, hey, we need a couple guys. Do you think you can have a couple guys come to this address?
Yeah, that is.
And you guys will be working for these people for a certain amount of time that they need you. And then his boss probably picks some people out of a hat. Maybe, I don't know. This is all Uh, I'm just spitballing right now. So Fahim gets picked. A couple other guys get picked. All right. So now they have the job of protecting Michael Jackson in his daily affairs or whatever. Nothing wrong with that, right? All right. Well, let's keep going.
Remarkably suspicious, and if we had a media that was interested in actually presenting the truth and not just propagandizing on behalf of the state, they would probably explore and look deeper into who this character is. But of course, that's not what the media does. Instead, they are meant to convince people of certain narratives. And like I said in the past, I've been a victim to that. I was obviously very young when everything was going on with Michael Jackson, and I believed the media, which is why I was kind of stunned to kind of go back and revisit the Michael Jackson case. And Ian has extensively unpacked that, revealing, and I did not know this, maybe perhaps because the media wasn't interested in telling us the end result. But yes, the FBI raided Michael Jackson's home. They poured through hours upon hours of the video footage that he had, other materials, documents that were in his house, trying to find this connection to.
Well, that was back in 93, 94? Yeah, that's when they did all that. The first time he got implemented in inappropriate acts with children, of which he settled out of court, which Diddy did, which is a bad idea because then the vultures start coming. He paid them off. Well, I got a story. He Michael Jackson did this to me. Then one after another, you started seeing Michael Jackson being prosecuted and his name dragged through the mud because of people saying that he was touching kids. That last one really fucked him up because of which the mother lied just like the father did with the first time it happened. And the kid came out later on when he got grown. The kid that or the son of the hold on, how can I say this? The son, yeah, the little boy back in the 90s. He came out and said after a while, he said, "Look, he never touched me. Nothing ever happened. He was just a nice guy who was very playful and like a kid." Okay, so what's his name? Rob Wade and uh something Safe Chuck. I can't remember that guy's name, but the documentary that came out a couple years ago, it was called Leaving Neverland or whatever. And these guys basically was like, Michael Jackson touched me when I was a little boy and all this, and we all know that with Wade, it was all because Cirque du Soleil wouldn't allow him to be the executive producer for the Michael Jackson experience that they had, because they did a Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil show. Then with the Safe Chuck guy, who knows what his reasoning was. Maybe he needed money. I don't know. But if you use your brain and you can basically sit there and just look at these cases, you would know that these guys just wanted money at the end of the day. That's all it was. They wanted money. But, all we can do is speculate.
Michael Jackson and potential child abuse. And what ended up being the result was that they could not find a single shred of proof that Michael Jackson had abused any children. And yet, despite this, the media convinced us that he was a pedophile, or maybe they didn't convince you, but they definitely did a good job convincing me that Michael Jackson was a pedophile. And to be clear, maybe it's perhaps the lack of evidence that was ever uncovered. Michael Jackson was found not guilty of all of the charges that were brought against him. But that didn't stop the media's obsessive attacks against him. They still wanted people to believe that this man was a bad individual. And so they shifted their claims and they started revealing in so many articles, so many front page news pieces were written to tell the masses that Michael Jackson was a raging anti-Semite. It is a fact, by the way, that Michael Jackson did keep a list of people in the industry that he said were his enemies, okay? On that list were people.
None of that is important. It's important enough to know, but it's not that important. Where does this start? So we'll start here.
Ian Carroll also investigates those claims as well. Take a listen.
And yes, Jackson did say that the Jews are, we're probably referring to the Jews in the music industry, are like leeches and that they took everything from them and that they did it on purpose. But when you look into those allegations or those insults, you realize that because of his will that was probably fake and filed right before his death.
All right, that has nothing to do with what I'm trying to convey here.
Any of that, because I certainly did, and I didn't realize that this.
All right, the rest of it isn't about Diddy, but we all get the idea. So, let's bring this full circle around to Diddy. So, as I said, Diddy is will be pretty soon in another lawsuit by way of Tiffany Red. So, the article I will be reading to you guys is from HNHH. I think it's Hip Hop News, something, can't remember, doesn't matter. So, the article title is Tiffany Red Wants to Sue Diddy. So your boy Diddles is out here doing it again. Rod's situation is very different from Tiffany Red. Yes, but no. And and this is how. This is how, Trey. It's different because Tiffany didn't, she wasn't being flown out to places, anything. She was just strictly working with Cassie. Okay, this is the similarities. Little Rod wanted compensation for his work. Tiffany Red wants compensation for her work. She wrote a dozen songs for Cassie's album. That she never got compensated for said songs. So that's the reason why she's suing along with other things. Now, with Lil Rod hasn't been paid as well. Because his thing was, I just want the 50,000 plus royalties. Because, you know what I'm saying, the album's going to sell. This album's going to be around on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Apple Music, Google Music, Spotify, and other places where music is played. So every spin or whatever or download of that song or purchase of said songs, they get a royalty for that. Plus, you know, these these songs may be in future movies and stuff like that. So all Lil Rod wanted was his initial compensation for doing the work, and then royalties along with the 50K because of all the places where it could go. He just wants to, be paid fairly like everybody else. That's it. That's all. All right. That's the differences in similarities of both cases. So let's get into the article. So as I said, I got this article from HNHH. Tiffany Red wants to sue Diddy. The latest lawsuit accusing Diddy of sexual assault, this time from producer Lil Rod, resulted in another wave of shocked reactions online. There's still lots of social media fallout as a result of all of this, and it looks like the legal action might inspire more in its wake with different charges. Moreover, Tiffany Red recently threatened to sue Sean Combs and various record labels for ruining her work. For those unaware, Red is an industry songwriter known for her collaborations and her close relationship with Miss Cassandra Vantour, or as we know her, Cassie, one of the Bad Boy Mogul's previous accusers. Plus her work with many more stars like Jennifer Hudson, Zendaya, Beyonce, the list goes on. I am suing Sean Combs too, Tiffany Red said of Diddy on Instagram, calling out Universal Music Group's chairman and CEO, Lucian Grange, as well in post's caption. I'm suing Sean Combs. I'm suing Interscope Records. I'm suing Bad Boy Entertainment. I'm suing Epic Records. And I don't know who else. I don't know if my lawyers is saying there's anybody else that's in there, but those are the people I am suing. I'm suing for torturous interference. That's basically when Diddy wouldn't release the music. That's what she's implicating, is that Diddy wouldn't release the music. I could probably take this down now. Y'all know what these people look like. Where am I at? Lord. But there's torturous interference. For all of the work that I have done that has been fucked because of all of this. Fucked. That's what she said. That's not my words. My work was fucked. It was derailed. I spent years working with Cassie. Years. Tiffany Red continued concerning Diddy. The music is incredible. It's all fucked now. It's got all the nuances all over it. Or, I'm sorry, nastiness. I need to start enlarging this damn text on this damn teleprompter. I can't tell you what I felt, or I need glasses. It's either one of the two. I can't tell you what I felt. I felt like when I found out this is what was going on. She's implicating in that when Diddy would have his freak offs with Cassie, the music that was being played in the background was of Cassie. The new music that she was recording with Tiffany. Now, there's a point of the story that Tiffany Red said when she did the interview, and I'm glad that King Trey brought up the interview. Let me find that post you put up. Put it around here somewhere. Hold on. think it's right here. I think this is it. So he says, what was it? That's why Cassie. Let's see. That's why Cassie haven't helped Tiffany Red with her lawsuit while Tiffany was writing music for Cassie. Cassie was being abused and drugged. So yeah, so he has that the second part of his comment right. Whatever. Not saying that you're wrong, King Trey, but that part of that second part that he put that Tiffany was writing music for Cassie while Cassie was being abused and drugged. That's part of the torturous what she put torturous interference. As long, along with not putting out the music, her not being compensated for the music as well. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just speculating. This is my own opinion. Let's see. Got a new message by Mr. Trey. What what would she expect for 2 years? She saw what Diddy was doing. It wasn't an issue when she was making the music, but now that she wasn't paid, it's an issue, and she tried to tie Cassie to it. Well, she was working with Cassie. Case in point, the night of Cassie's 29th birthday. This is what was in Cassie's lawsuit, and also this was in the interview that Tiffany Red pointed out. Tiffany Red said that when they were at the birthday party, Diddy told Cassie, "Yo, I'm trying to do a freak off, right?" So Cassie, she had no choice. She had to go. So Tiffany asked her, "What's going on? Are you okay?" She said, I gotta go. So, she was like, "Okay, well, fuck." That night, Tiffany said several people approached her, bodyguards and Diddy himself, and said, "Oh, so you the girl who's been writing that music with Cassie? Okay, all right, that's what's up. Watch yourself." Okay. So Tiffany says she goes back to Cassie's house that Diddy was paying for. Oh, hold on. I got the story backwards. I believe Tiffany left. I believe when they came back, Tiffany left with Cassie. She said Cassie was crying or whatever. So Tiffany said that Diddy followed them back to the house and said to Tiffany, "Why don't you tell your girl that she wants some birthday dick? Like, what's up with her? Like, why she acting like that?" I believe Diddy told Cassie to come on, let's go. So Tiffany said that she went to bed like later on that night. Cassie didn't come back till the next morning. She said Cassie comes back crying, and then she's at the top of the steps because Diddy comes in the house screaming, "Hey, yo, emotional singing bitch, where you at? Emotional singing bitch. Oh, there you are. What's up with your girl? Why she acting like that?" Right? This is her words. This is what she said in the interview, or she did it in a Instagram live. She did. Diddy then says to her, I forgot what he said, but I'm gonna paraphrase, basically saying, "Watch yourself." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I heard what you've been doing. Watch yourself. Album never comes out. Cassie never comes out with new music. Tiffany's heartbroken by this because she worked for years writing these songs with Cassie to basically not have them come out. So when she implements that her work is fucked now, that's what she meant. All right, let's get back into it. Let's see. Derailed. I spent years working with Cassie for years. Tiffany Ray continued, blah, blah, blah. Nastiness all over it. I can't tell you what I felt when I found out what was going on. I can't tell you what I felt like when I found out that my music was being played in the background of the freak offs. That the reason why this nigga called me emotional singing bitch is because he was listening to a demo of me singing while he was doing God knows what with my fucking friend. I've been dealing with this shit since 2015. That she concluded. This has some of the most traumatizing and terrifying moments in my fucking life. And to watch the world cackle and joke and people sending memes back and forth, all y'all in my DMs like, Tiff, did you see this? I'm fucking blind. Like I didn't just sit on NBC and speak with Chloe about my experiences. Are y'all fucking kidding me? This is question mark. One second, y'all. All right, my bad. My homeboy was hitting me up. So King Trey says torturous interference with contract rights can occur when one party pursues another to breach its contract with a third party, e.g., using blackmail, threats, and influence. Well, what else was going on? You answered your own question in the beginning of all of this, Trey. So, where was I at? Are y'all fucking kidding me? So cat's out the bag. I'm suing too. That's why I haven't been answering your questions. You want to know why I haven't been in LA? This is what she said. So, with that being said, I will play the video of her saying all of what she said in the last video. So here we go. All right. I need to get her talking.
My heart is pounding. Can y'all hear me? I'm turning the comments off so I could just get through this. So, obviously, y'all know what's going on. There's a lot going on in the news. There's a new lawsuit filed yesterday by Rodney Jones against Sean Diddy Combs and countless other people. And I've gotten a lot of media requests. I've gotten a lot of DMs from the community. I've gotten a lot of questions. And so I thought I would just share it here because I don't plan on doing any interviews. I don't plan on I don't want to. I'm exhausted with this because I've been dealing with this behind the scenes since December for myself. Oh, it was filed yesterday. Sorry, one of my friends just texted me because she's watching. It was filed yesterday. And so I just thought I'd let the cat out the bag because I just can't take it anymore and I'm tired of carrying this. I am suing Sean Combs too. I'm suing Sean Combs. I'm suing Interscope Records. I'm suing Bad Boy Entertainment. I'm suing Epic Records. And I don't know who else. I don't know if my lawyer is saying there's anybody else that's in there, but those are the people that I am suing. I am suing for tortious interference, for all of the work that I have done that has been fucked because of all of this. Fucked. Let me put I'm back. I was putting my phone on Do Not Disturb. My work was fucked. It was derailed.
King Trey, let me bring that up because that's a good question. Did she have a contract? Was Diddy purposely trying to sabotage Tiffany from working with Cassie? No, this has to be purposely done to sabotage the third party for it to be a torturous interference. So are you asking? Okay, so the torturous interference. Good question. As she's speaking, I'm pretty sure she'll bring it up. So hang on to that, and then let's get back into the video to see what she says.
I spent years working with Cassie. Years. The music is incredible. It's all fuck now. It's got all this nastiness all over it. I can't tell you what I felt like when I found out this is what was going on. I can't tell you what I felt like when I found out that my music was playing in the background. That the reason why this nigga called me emotional singing bitch is because he was listening to a demo of me singing while he was doing God knows what with my fucking friend. I have been dealing with this shit since 2015. This has been some of the most traumatizing and terrifying moments in my fucking life. And to watch the world cackle and joke and people sending memes back and forth and all y'all in my DMs like, Tiff, did you see this? Like I'm fucking blind. Like I didn't just sit on NBC and speak with Chloe about my experiences. Are y'all fucking kidding me? So cat's out the bag. I'm suing too. That's why I haven't been answering your questions. You want to know why I haven't been in LA? You want to know why Tiffany Red is not outside doing 100%er activations? Because I don't feel safe. That's why. Because I don't want to endanger my team, the people around me. LA? Are you kidding? New York? Are you kidding? How is it safe for me?
Miami and the Virgin Islands too. Don't forget those two as well, Tiffany.
The moment that I speak up. I just got a DM from Chalice for posting, trying to accuse me of defamation for my last post. That was a post of fucking Billboard. That was a post of some shit that was filed in a lawsuit yesterday. That's public domain. Fuck y'all. I will not be intimidated. I will not be intimidated. You ain't gonna sue me for shit. Cause I ain't do shit. And I don't believe y'all neither. I don't believe you. Your story don't make sense. You know how many times I've worked at Chalice? You gotta buzz the front door. Then you gotta buzz the next door. Then you gotta ask somebody what session you going through. You think that somebody can just run in who's just got shot? That shit don't even make no fucking sense. Explain all the blood in the bathroom. Explain it. Explain it. I'm not defaming nobody. All the media that's reaching out, stop reaching out to me. I'm not doing no interviews about Puff. I'm exhausted with talking about Puff. I've been talking about Puff since the end of last year. I'm sick of it. This is not my life. This is not the shit. I didn't do none of this shit. But now I'm stuck in this fuck shit. Supposed to not say shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. Because I didn't do nothing but fucking write records that are fucking incredible. That are fucking incredible. And what did these niggas do? Waste my fucking time. Waste my talents. Throw me away. And y'all expect me to be fucking quiet? You want an interview? This is my life. In real life. That's Lil Rod's life. In real life. That's Cassie's life. In real life. And all this shit y'all doing on the internet is putting everybody in danger.
Yes, but the only thing that I can say that everybody was doing within the past 2 weeks or so, the only thing has been that long. Well, yeah, 2 weeks, because I believe the lawsuit came out 2 Fridays ago. So basically, all that has been happening is people connected the dots to the breadcrumbs that was the footnotes of the redacted artists, which was Chris Brown, Usher, and who else did I say? And Meek Mill. More people was clowning Meek Mill, or Freak Mill, as DJ Academics would say, that, you know, he a gangster rapper and he out here getting, you know what I'm saying, by Diddy. Not saying that it's true, not saying that I believe it. I believe that shit. I believe that shit.
Pause, nigga.
But I'm just saying. With that being said, I understand what Tiffany's saying and what she's going through and how she feels. But nobody's playing more than the motherfuckers who are reading the lawsuit and they're just saying any old fucking thing that they want. Me personally, I was just making jokes because it was wild to hear that, you know what I'm saying, Freak Mill was out here getting railroaded by the diddler. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing the worst job anybody can do of defending themselves in their sexuality. But that's beyond me. But what I will say is this. She has all of the right to be upset because she did endure fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany went through a lot. Tiffany went through putting out her blood, sweat, and tears in songs for them not to be released. As well as, was it last week I brought this up, if not 2 weeks ago? How Tiffany said that various artists such as Zendaya, Beyonce, Tamar Braxton, and Seven Streeter all stole publishing rights of hers in various songs she has written. She said she wrote one song that Zendaya did. She said that originally was for Rihanna. She wrote, she knew somebody who wrote a song for Beyonce. Beyonce wound up getting all the publishing for that. Seven Streeter took her publishing in a song that Seven Streeter had. Like, it's all like, if she knows the business. I don't know the business. So if she says that happened, I can only believe it at face value. And further investigation, I don't have the tools to know, who collects what money from said songs. I don't even know if that's public record, but if it is, then, you know what I mean? That's the only thing I can do. I didn't say she worked with Beyonce. She never worked for Beyonce, and she was served with a cease and desist. That's why she hasn't spoke on it since. Now, ask yourself this question, King Trey. Why would Beyonce send out a cease and desist if what Tiffany Red was saying wasn't true? Now, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not saying that it is true, but I'm not saying that it's not false. My whole thing is that if you're going to send a cease and desist, usually what cease and desist people send cease and desist for is if there's some information that's being divulged that they don't want out. They're either very wrong in what they're saying and it's hurting either their brand or their personal lives, such as when Kevin Hart sent the cease and desist out to Tasha K, because Tasha K had his ex assistant on as a guest that she was interviewing, and the girl divulged some information that I guess was either true or not true. The assistant said that Kevin Hart was cheating on his wife with his travel manager or something like that. Well, we haven't heard from Shorty since, and the case was dropped on Tasha K. So the court, not the court case, but yeah, the case never went through because of something that happened, and Kevin Hart was, I don't know, it's in my notes somewhere or whatever. I record everything when it comes to every show that I do. It's in my notes somewhere. But you know, that case was cut and dry or whatever. Plus, when Kevin Hart sued, which he couldn't have sued, this is why, is because I guess the statute of limitation of Shorty's contract, or not contract, her what's the shit that you sign or whatever to not divulge information. I forgot what it's called. I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. So the non-disclosure agreement was 3 years outside of its statute of limitation. So what Shorty was saying on the interview was either true or not true. So, you know what I'm saying? King Trey also says because it's slander, a cease and desist. Well, that's what I said. Cease and desist was used because Tiffany was slandering Beyonce. If Tiffany continued to slander Beyonce's name, then she would be sued. Right, right. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. But one thing that you're not bringing up is, was it true or not? Because we all know, other than Diddy, a lot of other people in the industry have fucked up business practices. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know, Beyonce's most famous song, Irreplaceable, that song was written by Neo. But at the time, Neo was a star. But before he was a star, that's when he wrote that song. But, you know, he gave the song to Beyonce. Hey, you know, I think that, you know what I'm saying, you will like this. Song got recorded. Neo got paid. He got royalties with that as well. So, just saying, it can either be true or not true at the same time. Slander, we can say that it's slander, but at the end of the day, if we do a deeper dive in what was said, is it true or is it not true? An NDA is not valid if it's used in an illegal manner. The people who work for Beyonce could take her to court. They don't need Tiffany to speak on their behalf. But at the same time, whose money's longer, Beyonce's or the people that would sue her? Beyonce could be in court for 2 years and not break the bank. So it's probably in some people's best interest that they just like, fuck it. Like, I can't fight this, whatever. Plus, you know what I'm saying? If Beyonce ever did run out of money, Jay-Z still got money. So, you know what I'm saying? That money would be ever flowing if she ever got sued by anybody. So, just saying.
I'm not outside because it's dangerous. You tell me who else gets to be accused of all kind of this kind of shit that ain't gonna get picked up and be in jail already?
That is true. They picked up Harvey Weinstein. They picked up R. Kelly. They picked up what's up, Jay Pylon? They picked up Bill Cosby. They who else have they picked up in this type of shit that's going on? These freak offs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy thing is with the R. Kelly shit, and I'm not defending R. Kelly whatsoever. They got him for RICO. Now, RICO is basically the... Hold on, let me look up what RICO is before I get here talking. All right. Racketeering, hold on. Racketeering, influence, and corrupt organizations. All right, so that's used for, like, gangs and shit like that. And, you know, when people are basically laundering money and shit. The only person who went to jail out of the whole camp of R. Kelly's is R. Kelly. But you gotta remember, his manager knew what was going on, he also helped. His bodyguards knew what was going on, he also helped. Every female that was on that documentary knew what was going on, the shit happened to them, and they also did said things to other girls that was underage when they were adults. They didn't go to jail. So, if someone has a criminal enterprise, such as R. Kelly's, why is it that the enterprise didn't go down as well, just like the main criminal? You gotta remember, if you paid attention to those documentaries, one girl in there said that she was the first one, not the first one, but she was one of the girls who would recruit girls for R. Kelly. Why isn't she in jail? Although she's a victim as well, but does that negate the fact that you also helped with that shit as well? I don't know. Y'all tell me.
What did George Floyd die for? Some fake ass money. That's all it took. And all of this nigga still outside. And y'all want me to come to meetings? Y'all want me to go do shit? Are you fucking serious? This is not a drill. This is real. This is real life.
That rhymed.
I'm exhausted with this shit, y'all. I am exhausted with this shit. And I'm so hurt. And I'm so sad.
I'm not pandering to Tiffany, Trey. Here's a question, Trey. And I'm not saying that you're doing this at all. I just want your answer. Better yet, there's a link in the live chat, and there's a phone number. You can use either one, and we can talk about this. But I will say this to answer your question. You said Tiffany didn't prove any evidence. Okay. True. But she doesn't have any evidence to divulge to us. But in discovery with her lawsuit, if she ever so happens to do it, she can then get said evidence. All right. You are clearly pandering to Tiffany. I'm not pandering to Tiffany. I'm covering a story. And within my own beliefs, because I have sisters, I have 3 of them, fuck shit like this hey, I would be in jail for fuck shit like this. Just saying. Somebody ever so happen to do anything to any of my sisters, I will be fucking them up. It's not a drill. This is real. I would be in jail. All right? Because not only would I beat the motherfucker to an inch of his life, I would make sure that I would push him over that inch of his life so he can pass away. None of this shit would happen to any of my family members. Just saying. I'm sorry, I didn't get your call. I'm gonna call you back, Trey. Hopefully this shit works. Can you hear me? Okay, decline. You want to call back? Call back. This is my first time using this anyway, so I'm still working the bugs out. Go ahead and call back so I can receive your call. Damn, there was a voicemail again. I'm gonna call you again. Let's see what happens. All right. All right. Can you hear me? I don't think he can hear me. You okay? You can't hear me. All right. Shit. I have. Let me see. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Hopefully this works. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Come on. Come on. Come on. Voice calls. Let this load up real fast and I'll get this thing going. Hold on, Trey. Hold on, Trey. All right. Let me see now. Let me see if this works. All right, can you hear me? I don't think. Can you hear me?
Hello?
All right, all right,
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, what's going on?
Yeah, so not much. I was just looking at your show and what you was talking about, and what I'm trying to say that makes me so discomforted about Tiffany Red is how she's really trying to come up with, trying to get a bag off of everybody when she had her personal problems with Tamar, Seventh Streeter, and all these Zendaya, and saying that these people took a percentage of her songs that she wrote, and she had to sign off on that. She had to sign off for these people to have this, take the song and have a percentage. Why wasn't it an issue back then? And why bring it up now? And why make those same mistakes back to back to back to back? And even with the same artist, she worked with Tamar multiple times, but she only in that video, the first video that really went viral, she only highlighted that for like maybe 2 minutes, and then the rest of the video was about Beyonce, whom she never worked with, and she kept saying, "Oh yeah, my friends. I have a friend who worked on this. I have a friend who worked on that." Never said their name. Never said what they were paid, how how things were done. Just said, "Oh, Beyonce took a percentage of their, their music. Beyonce didn't pay them or something like that. But there's no factual evidence. You can't come to the general public and say, hey, Beyonce did X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to tell you who so you can find out. I'm not going to tell you who so that you can ask them and get the real answers. And then we can, cancel Beyonce or whatnot. I'm just going to put out claims out there and say that this is, this is what my friend said. Even do we even know if she have a friend or friends who actually work with Beyonce?
Hold up. We can only take what she's saying at face value. We don't know how to get into these systems to try and see who gets what percentage of what and who gets a piece of what. Oh, we don't know. We don't know how this industry works. But what we do know about this industry from various artists, from various documentaries of them saying, I was fucked out of this, I got fucked out of that, or whatever. But also, we can also piggyback off of her saying that her friend didn't get paid for said work that he did or she did. Okay, so if she knows that, like, obviously the person went to her and said, shit, I didn't get paid for said song, or I'm not getting said royalties for said song, because we don't know what she knows. She's been in the industry, I don't know how long she's been in the industry, but she said she wasn't compensated for her work that she did with Cassie because Diddy didn't release the music. And we all, if I don't know how old you are, but back when Making the Band was big, when he did the first Making the Band with the rappers or whatever, they got fucked out of their money too. They didn't get they didn't get royalty checks from that album. Their splits was fucked up. And when it was all said and done, I think all of them got, when they signed on, shit, what, like, I think it was like $5,000 or something like that they got, if not 50.
So can I add on? If I can just interject real quick. So Diddy's practices and Beyonce's practices are two different things. They work for two different people, and I understand what you're trying to, you're trying to connect the two and show the practices between them. However, Beyonce is not doing all that crazy stuff that Diddy is doing, and I feel like Beyonce is well, we don't know what Tiffany says is true because she just came to the public and said this.
Take what she's saying at face value, because we don't know how to get in. We don't know how to research, how to look up how splits work, like who gets what, and you know what I'm saying. Like with a song, anybody can get a royalty off of it because, okay, I'll give you a story. Nick Cannon was sitting down doing an interview with somebody, and he said that he helped write a song with Kanye West. He gets a royalty from that, even though he probably only said to him, instead of saying this, say that. He can then get a royalty for that because he helped write the song. I guess in that type of sense is him helping Kanye write a song, possibly. I don't know. I've never been.
They're contributing to it.
Your damn life. But keep going. Get the last word.
Yeah, so contributing to the song, that and there's no artist, definitely a major artist like Beyonce, who's going to say, hey, I like this song. This song is going to be a big hit. This song fits in with my album and everything that I make. Every song that I sing or whatnot, it generates money. There was somebody who did a small snippet on Beyonce's recent album Renaissance. I think their name is T.S. Madison. They just bought a brand new mansion with that money. And there's many other people, producers, writers, and a lot of other people who said working with Beyonce was so beneficial. Not only did they get paid, not only did they, get to meet, somebody who has a work ethic like hers and all this, but how much it generated so much income for them, just by attaching her name on that. So it's just saying we can take her stuff at face value, but again, I have to take, those other people who saying that Beyonce and her practices are legit, and I don't think the people behind Beyonce is going to practice illegal stuff for them to get sued. And that's exactly why Beyonce, well, not Beyonce, everybody says Beyonce. It's Parkwood, her management team, her lawyers served her with a cease and desist, because that was just the first step of saying, hey, you continue to do this, it's going to go to court. And that's why she hasn't said anything, because she knows that either her friends possibly lied, or she's making a lie to gain clout. And not only that, but she has two GoFundMe accounts open for a total of $3.5 million, which is ridiculous. I guess to aid in her, like for her and her writers or her organization, for them to get some compensation, whatever the case may be. But it's a GoFundMe. So when they release that money to her, who knows what she's going to do with that money?
I would say either she goes on her word of whatever the GoFundMe says, or she does what other people do, like the brick lady. She ran off with $42,000 of people's money after she lied. So, who knows?
Do you remember when she stated that she talked to all these writer labels or something like that? She was stating all these like these entities that aid in people who write for them to get their percentage. She was like, I talked to this person, I talked to that person, or this business.
Yeah,
And just to think that
it was right around the same time when the writer strike happened.
and no one could help her. No one could help her. It's a telltale sign that everybody want to say, okay, Beyonce's this big artist. Beyonce has connections to everyone. It to me is that's BS. Let's people. There's been a lot. If you go under a lot of Beyonce's posts, there's a lot of hate. A lot of people saying, "Oh, we don't like Beyonce," just as much as there's people who saying we like Beyonce, and people love money. So if they know that they can get a lawsuit, if they know something is wrong, they're gonna take that case. And that's no different from Beyonce from the regular person. The reason why she always hits a wall in every situation is because she has nothing to back it up. Hmm? I'm talking about Tiffany Red, because she went to all these people to seek help and nobody was able to help her. And now she went on the internet to cry out. And Beyonce wasn't the first person, and Tamar and 7th Streeter weren't the first people that she called out. I think about 3 years ago, she did this with a K-pop band that she said they didn't pay her what she was supposed to get paid. I think she only got paid $9,000. And from what I take from her video, there was a change in the pay. There was a change in how writers get paid. So I got from the video, she wants all of her percentages, and she wants Beyonce to change that. Wow, spewing all of these unfactual or these claims that are not even that she's not providing any kind of evidence for, to bash Beyonce as well. It to me it just looks really ridiculous, and it would have been more beneficial for her to go get a lawyer and to take that to court and to utilize her platform with the 100%ers to aid in that, so that she can get compensated, her name can get tied to it. But none of that was done the right way. And I don't think the reason why is because no lawyers none of those entities that would aid in the writers getting their just dues is because there was no wrongdoing. You can't tell me that somebody wrote all these songs and continuously signed off on them for each person to take a percentage, and you sold it to them, you gave it to them for whatever payment, back to back to back to back to back to back. And then you think that your friend is going to come to you for advice when you continuously make these same mistakes. Not in That was way back in what, 2012, 2013, something like that. And then she goes back to work with Diddy. I don't even know if she had a contract, right? And what I'm saying with torturous interference, right? Diddy has to purposely sabotage Tiffany Red from working with Cassie. And what I was trying to say in the chat, because it kept putting me on like a delay, like a minute delay, is that when Tiffany was working with Cassie, she knew Diddy's past. Everybody knew. While you was bringing up stuff about all that happened with Diddy, she was bringing up stuff in her video that happened with Diddy. She knew what Diddy was capable of. She knew what he was about, and she knew what Cassie was going through at a certain point, and she continued to work with Diddy. She continued to work with Cassie through Diddy because Diddy was making the payments. Diddy was supposed to be making the payments. He was the one in charge of this.
Well, it wouldn't be Diddy making the payments. Every artist has. Look at the.
He was in control of Cassie.
Hold on. Look at the music industry like a bank, and within the music industry, there's various branches, whatever. So you have an account. So when you make an album or whatever, your album, you have a budget for your album. You have whatever said amount of money. So let's say that, I don't know, Cassie's budget was $200,000. With that $200,000, that not only just pays for studio time, that pays for people to get paid, that pays for videos to be made, that pays for, if they go out on, lunch or something. All of that gets factored in to that account, of which, if you ever hear people talk, people in the industry talk about getting, paying back what they owe, that's basically them paying back the money, the loan that they got for said album to be made or video to be made or whatever. They have to pay that money back. That goes to marketing. Like, that whole budget is for a whole bunch of stuff. So if you don't sell, let's say that they predicted your album to sell 1.4 million albums, but you only sell 150,000, you up. So most rappers and stuff like that, whose album, let's just take the one-hit wonders. The money that they got in their budget, and that song didn't go as far as the record label wanted them to go. Anything that they do after that, because they still owe that money, it's still a loan. They still owe that money. So let's say they work at Walmart, that bill still gets sent to them. So they're still at the behest at whatever record label that they were. But I thank you for calling, man. I'm gonna go and get on with the show. Call in anytime you want, any topic that I got.
Can I add one more thing to that? Just I'm gonna be real quick. That's only if she has a contract. That's only if Tiffany Red had a contract to write those songs and to be paid for it. And that's what I said, because I don't believe that Tiffany had a contract with Diddy or his management team to write those songs. But all right, I appreciate you for letting me come on.
King Trey up in here, man. Yo, so you are the first with the video. We got like 2 minutes left in this, and then we'll move on to other topics.
I can't believe I'm about to cry on the internet. But I'm so hurt and I'm so sad because for the last 4 years, all I've been trying to do is make this shit better. This is the reason why I quit. Y'all ask me why I don't write songs anymore. This is why. This shit has made me want to kill myself. I'm fighting suicidal ideations as we speak because this is no way to live. This is no way to live. I just wanted to do records. I just wanted to write songs. I did not sign up for this shit. I was not raised like this. I don't want to do the drugs. I don't want to fuck. You want to know why I don't got a bunch of hits for all y'all that are like, she ain't got no hits? Them hits was behind me laying on my back, bitch. That's why I don't got them records. Because I'm not willing to get fucked. Because I got a daddy that'll hurt you. And I care about my family. So I'm not going to put my family in that position. So I quit. The thing I love. The thing I'm amazing at. The thing that God blessed me with. We don't deserve this, y'all. There's so many people getting hurt just trying to make music that do not deserve this. So there you have it. I'm suing Puff. I'm suing Interscope. I'm suing Epic. I'm suing Bad Boy for all the music that I have written for Cassie that was derailed. I'm suing for my career that they took from me, that I earned, that I worked for. And for all of y'all who don't have the courage to do what I'm doing, to do what Little Rod is doing, to do what Cassie is doing, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
All right. Well, I guess we heard the message. But hey, man, we can only wait and see what happens. You know, we can speculate as well, but we can only wait and see what happens with this. But as I said, we can only take what you're saying at face value. We can probably do the research if we can, if we know where to go. Once again, I want to thank King Trey for calling in, man. You was the first caller ever on this podcast. So, you know, uh, just know that, you know, if anybody calls, I'm the first caller. No, I'm like, nah, this my homie King Trey. You know what I'm saying? He was the first caller ever. So, you know what I'm saying? You're the second, but that's good enough. But anyway, that concludes the main topic of the night. How about we move into some random topics of the week? And tonight's random topics of the week's overview is, and I can barely see this, I might as well read down here. BBLs don't smell too good. Hold up.
Bruh.
And Shannon Sharp looks sus again in a recent video. So let's get into this BBL business. They're saying that these BBLs, that's a mighty fine ass right there. They're saying that these BBLs, they stink. That the people, the women who get them, well, it's men getting BBLs now too, but the women who get them,
Pause, nigga.
they ain't taking care of their ass right. And in the words of the great Red Fox, you better wash your ass. So we gonna get into this video. This video is wild as fuck. So let's get into
it. Yeah, those BBLs be stinking. So you guys may have seen this online that BBL smells is trending. And there are a lot of reasons for that smell, but I think that I will tell you guys a story about a girl that I dated, and I took her out. She had a BBL. Her body looked crazy good. Like, she had it done right. Her whole body looked amazing. So we linked up and we went out, had a really good time. We went to a Lakers game and then went to a spot by LA Live and had some dinner. Had a really good time. And so she was like, so what you trying to do? I was like, yeah, let's go back to my place and relax, have a nightcap and see where it takes us. So we drive back to my spot. And so light the candles, get the music going, open up a bottle of champagne, and we sitting there and we're having a nice vibe. Right. And, you know, we started getting into it and everything, and clothes started to come off. And she wanted to give me a little show. So she was like, just stand right there. And so, like, she took off everything very seductively and got on my bed and started twerking that thing, right? And I was like, what the hell? Because at this point, she got nothing on. And I smelled this smell, and it hits my nose. Shit was like a assault of my nose. I'm like, what the hell? And so I'm like, baby.
He got some of that twerk wind. He was sitting there getting a waft of that twerk wind.
Oh, not to be rude, but I know we had a long day. You're not smelling that fresh down there. I think you need to get into the shower and go ahead and freshen up. And she looked at me so embarrassed. I did it as gently as I could, but what I realized is if someone has had a normal size behind for all of their life, and then they switch up, and now they got this big BBL, they have to reach back there and really clean. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not used to doing that, they might not know that, hey, you sweat differently. Everything is different when you add that much more meat back there. That thing can't breathe as good. And so she ended up getting in the shower and everything. I had everything that she needed. And I ended up clapping them cheeks. And it was much better. But some people, the smell, I think her smell was coming from just not being able to get back there and clean properly. But
I don't think it was that. But I'll take your word for it.
People smell is coming from what the excretions and what's coming out with the fat that they've actually put in to their bodies. So, you know, BBLs for me is just for fun. Those women are for fun. Like, you can't take women with BBLs, in my opinion, to parent-teacher conferences. They big old ass knocking over the little kids' crayons and stuff as they try to walk through the parent-teachers conference.
But that'd be a wonderful sight to see, though, sir. Come on now. When I was a little boy, and there's plenty other of little boys out there that likes a fine ass, just like me.
Bruh.
Hey man, don't judge me. I'm just saying.
Which is in them small ass classrooms. That's not really for me. That's for fun. That's for, you know, weekend fun. You know, wifey material is just regular, natural women that you can build a family with and give a great life to. But that's one of my stories on BBLs. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments.
I don't mean that the person is a bad person that they got a BBL. Man, get the fuck out of here, dog.
Holy shit. What the fuck was that?
Anyway, Let's get into the article. Because this article is wild. Like, this article is wild. All right, so I got this article from The Root. Women explain why men on TikTok are complaining BBLs do be stinking, and why. See, it seems BBLs or Brazilian butt lifts for the uninitiated. That's hilarious. Need to come with a warning sticker. Go get one and you may stink. At least that's what male partner of women with BBLs have gone online to say. Yeah, those BBLs be stinking, says at how the hell at Don P Sounds Off on TikTok before sharing a story about a date with a BBL baddie. She took off everything very seductively and started twerking that thing. Had that twerk wind come to his face. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like some twerk wind, man. All the shit particles hitting your face. Anyway, I smelled the smell. It was like an assault on my nose. Goddamn right, you was battling in that motherfucker. His post got nearly 10K responses, which means he went viral, including this one from Coach Ray. Big facts, no shade to the ones that have BBL, but me and look at the ones that have BBLs as fun, not wifey. And from Empire State, thank you, brother, for putting this out there. As usual, the online community has come to the rescue, offering causes and cures on TikTok. There's consensus. It's hard to clean a BBL. As I'm saying, it's just a bigger ass. All you gotta do, of which you should have its own separate washcloth because it's basically a child now. And you just gotta get up in that thing. You gotta scrub. You gotta scrub that ass. You gotta scrub it like you ain't never scrubbed before. That was light work. But anyway, let's see. It's hard to clean the BBL, according to Toothless Recovery Barbie, who has a BBL and speaks from experience. Your ass is so rock hard. Oh, so that's why. Because it was one video I seen where a homie be like, some BBLs be like rock hard, like real hard, asses, and it is probably hard for them to get on up in that thing, you know what I'm saying? Which is nasty. Ugh. Ugh.
Bruh.
Ugh. Anyway. Your ass is so rock hard, I could barely get toilet paper and a hand between my butt cheeks. That's hilarious. I think girls aren't wiping good enough. At Pretty Real it says. When God creates us, he has us arms. All of our arms are made specifically for our bodies. You probably have a hard time wiping your ass properly because your body is a little bit wider than your arms are allowing you to reach. And that's the truth, Ruth.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Anyway, how you say this lady's name? I'm just gonna say AD. So that AD offers a kinder, gentler approach. My only advice is that you have a new body, shapely figure you never had before. The best thing you can do for yourself is learn how to take proper care. I know it might be difficult to clean when you're sore, and it might be difficult getting used to having a bigger backside. Plastic surgeon Dr. Rogers confirms the speculation. Wiping down there is going to be more difficult because there's more to reach around. BBL, but I'm saying you can wipe down and you can also wipe up, and then you just use wipes. You know what I'm saying? Get in there with the toilet paper best way you can, and then get up in there with them wipes. Now, before I continue this, earlier in the article it said that them booties be rock hard. Can a massage soften the booty up? I'm just asking for a friend. All right.
What the fuck was that?
I'm just asking. All right. Quit judging. Anyway, wipe down there is going to be more difficult because there's more to reach around. BBLs are a popular procedure according to the Cleveland Clinic. It is also the most deadliest procedure as well. People don't really talk about. BBLs are a popular procedure according to Cleveland Clinic, with more than 21,000 performed in 2020. We was in quarantine, so this discussion is crucial. Fortunately, social goes beyond just talking about the causes of offers cures and offers cures. I don't know what the hell. Anyway, online remedies vary, but at Naked Lavender's homemade soap sounds like it might mask bad odors without chemicals. It includes ingredients: goat's milk, oils, mango, and coconut milk, carrot cake, strawberry guava, Bartley pear, and a barlet pear, and peach hibiscus apple. But wait a minute. Wait. Holy shit.
Oh, hell no!
This motherfucker is saying mask the smell. So, not do away with the smell, just by washing it, mask the smell. So basically, you're going to be smelling some doo-doo mango and some doo-doo sunny strawberry guava and some doo-doo mango and coconut milk. Like, we all know when we spray in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, we don't really get all the smell out. It's just, the air freshener's masking the smell a little bit. That's what the fuck this person's talking about. Mask the smell. It'll be better for you. Hell no. Wash that ass. Anyway. And various other ingredients and fragrances and flavors, which sounds to us more like a elaborate fruit salad than a cure, but whatever works. Short of not getting a BBL, perhaps the best way to, as Brother Johnson sang in the 70s, get that funk out my face, is to follow the recommendations of one TikTok commenter. Invest in a bidit. It's life changing. What the hell is a bidit? Hold on, I'm gonna write that in my chat real fast. Bidit. Hold on. Let's look up what a bidet is. Hope I'm saying it right. Oh, bidet. A bidet. I said bidet. A bidet. Yeah, but the one dude said that they booties be rock hard, but I'm saying water gets into anything, so yeah. Ladies, invest in a bidet if you got them big old booties. You know what I'm saying? Get up in there. But anyway, that's that topic. Let's get into the next topic. So Shannon Sharp's unique walk in man purse in video. So I get this article from The Root as well. So as y'all know, your boy Shannon Sharp been out here, defending himself from various people talking trash on him, but he doesn't make it any better on himself when he does shit like this. This shit is just this shit is crazy. So, this past week, he was at a store called Total Wine, of which I just recently went to the closest one to me. Now, to all my drinkers out there, anybody who drinks wine or spirits or beer, that store is life changing. I will tell y'all. Look, it's like a grocery store full of booze. And it's a drinker's dream to be in a place like that. When I went into that motherfucker, I was like, God damn, it's a whole bunch of motherfucking alcohol up in here. And I just got drunk just by looking at everything. Not only that, I don't know if they do this every week, but if you go into this store, I'm pretty sure they do this everywhere. If you go into this store to Total Wine, or whatever, they have it to where it's people like at a grocery store. You know how people like certain reps come out and they serve you samples of like a new product that's out. Well, they do that at the Total Wine place. And look, I didn't partake because I went by myself and I didn't want to drink and drive. Something that I don't do anymore. If you would have caught me between 21 to 31, I was out here drinking and driving, but I don't drink and drive no more. That's stupid. But I can do it though. But anyway, so yeah, Shannon Sharp, he was out here looking a little a little sus, a little zesty. And this is what was seen right here.
Here's the final stop of the day. Total Wines. See the line started over there. The last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night. We don't do excuses here. We just get the job done. Because this one we signed up for.
There's a lot of people making fun of his walk or whatever, but there's been a lot of people out here that has came to his aid, basically saying that ain't right. Y'all making fun of him. He's had multiple hip and knee surgeries. That's the reason why he stands the way that he stands, and looks a little sus too. Just saying, like I ain't coming at the dude. I like the dude. Like he used to be a part of one of my favorite football teams when I was growing up, the Denver Broncos. He played with my favorite running back of all time, Terrell Davis. Phenomenal running back, but due to him having a knee injury, he had to retire early, which that devastated the fuck out of me. I kind of stopped watching football for that reason. But they brought Clinton Portis behind him. He was the second string running back. He then became the first string running back. Clinton Portis was all right. Then he went off to go to play for the Redskins. After that, I said, fuck Clinton Portis. But, I don't feel that way anymore. So, Clinton, if you ever want to call into the show, homie. You know what I'm saying? I still fuck with you. Pause. And Terrell, I fuck with you still too. Pause. God damn. My damn drink done busted all in my eye. Pause. God damn. Anyway, I don't know what this is showing.
Appreciate that.
So yeah, this is basically the store. Like it's just wall to wall alcohol, y'all. Like this shit is. Let me turn this off. This ain't even really important, but just wall to wall alcohol. This shit is amazing. If y'all have a Total Wine near y'all, go to it. All right. None of this shit is important anymore. Let me turn the sound back on. All right, let's read this short article. So, for one reason or another, Shannon Sharp is always in the news, whether it has to do with his revealing interviews with celebrities or his outlandish comments on ESPN. Someone always has something to say about the 3-time Super Bowl champion. In this case, Sharp did not hold on. Sharp did nothing except post a video to his TikTok account. The clip simply shows him visiting a wine store so he can see how the luxury cognac Chez by Laporte, I think that's how you would say it, is selling. Looks innocent, right? Not to the rest of social media. They have since made the clip a meme, making fun of the way the Hall of Fame tight end dresses and walks. I'm saying his shit do be fitted. I'm not making fun of that. You know, try fitted clothes. Fitted clothes look good on you. They look better on you instead of having them hang off you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, the man purse is a little much, homie. Like, you ain't got no pockets. Like, that shit's a little sus to me.
Pause, nigga.
Any nigga who wears a man purse, or they call it a satchel. Get the fuck out of here with that. A satchel. His fucking bright ass orange satchel that he has on. Like, what grown, like for real, y'all? What grown man's walking around with a man purse? Even them fanny packs that was popular, where motherfuckers were strapping them over themselves, just like how Shannon Sharp has his purse on him. And they would have the fanny part in front of him. Nah, that's a man purse, son. Put your phone, your wallet, and anything else you have in your pockets. All right? You a man. Get the hell out the women's section. The fuck is wrong with these niggas, man?
What in the fuck was that?
I know, right? Anyway. Let me see. Hall of Famer tight end dresses and walks, claiming that he's walking in a feminine way. This is, of course, a little unfair to a former player, but still, that hasn't stopped social creators from creating the video with some amusing skits. I'm pretty sure you guys seen the skits. I'm not about to play that all over. Social media moves fast, huh? Sharp posted his initial video less than a couple days ago, and there are already dozens of skits making fun of his innocent post. Despite the jokes, Sharp hasn't even acknowledged the discourse, simply going on with his life. Instead, many of his followers have decided to come to his defense, telling people to leave the popular TV personality alone, explaining that he walks the way he does because he's been through multiple hip, knee, and ankle surgeries. Many other people defend him on X or Twitter or Twix. I don't know which one person commenting. Bro had his hip and both knees replaced, in case anybody wondered why he looks like that. Another user wrote, "Guys, he's 55 years old, ex-football player. Can we stop hating on him and be grateful that he is still alive and mentally stable?" Well, that's not what the shit is we talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? The shit was funny. People still going off with the gay memes and stuff like that, saying that he gay. I can understand why people are getting upset, but the shit's funny at the end of the day. Just take the jokes, all right? Take the fucking jokes. That concludes tonight's random topics portion, but real quick, before we get out of here, I want to share something with you guys real fast. And I don't know if you guys have seen this guy in a while. Speaking of Diddy and the band, when I was speaking to King Trey, one person from the one hit wonder group, the band, wanted to speak out, and that person is the greatest rapper alive, Dili. My top 5 will always consist of Dili, and nobody else. Nobody else. He spits hot fire. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Shit. Anyway, let's get into this video of him talking about the skit that happened on the Chappelle Show.
David Chappelle said, the top 5 rappers are Dylan. I'm well experienced. I never said that. Now again, we could talk about the.
It's called what is it called? Creative license. That's what he was doing.
Joke all day, but this is We Are Flatbush.
That's a fact.
And I gave you my history.
That's a fact.
So let's talk for real. When they did that, again, now all the people that he made fun of, he made the quote, or when comedians do these jokes, they say something that you said and then they bust it and put it in their own way.
They remix it.
But this is something that I didn't say at all. So I have no control over this. You said I'm top 5 rappers. You said I spit hot fire. And I'm over here as a kid.
Did you not spit hot fire, motherfucker? Like, look, if any of y'all go back to the band album, Too Hot for TV, every song Dylon was on, this ain't me playing around no more. Every song Dylon was on, that nigga spit hot fire. Like, I ain't bullshitting. Go back to the album, Too Hot for TV. I have no idea where the fuck you can find this album. But the songs he's on, I believe I have it. Hold on. Let me go through my iTunes real fast. Let me go through my iTunes. Let me see. All right, here we go. Bad Boy, the band. Fuck, I have no idea what songs he was on. Okay, songs I know he was on was Do You Know? Where's that one song? Do Why the Devil Keep on Fucking With Me? I'm knocking at my door. What the fuck is that called though? Okay, he was on Living Legend, Tonight. I think he was on How You Like Me Now, maybe, I don't know. Why did hold on. What the fuck is what is that song called? What You Doing? He's on What You Doing. I believe he's on Stick Up. He's on Why. I believe that's it. He's on Living Legend, which Living Legend is his song. Tonight. Why? What You Be Doing? No, I'm sorry. He's not on that song because that's an interlude. He's on Do You Know? And that's it, I believe. But every song he be on, that nigga be spitting hot fire. I'm saying hot fire for the period of time he was, the album came out. But nobody can dispute that. You know what I mean? Nobody can dispute that. Like, he can't even dispute that he wasn't spitting hot fire on them tracks. Nigga crazy, man.
Saying, what are they talking about? Not only that, but right after, anytime I send my music to DJs, they say, oh, that's the nigga that David Chappelle made fun of. Now I'm good on that. Not only that, but every promoter says, nah, we're not booking him. So now I have a newborn and the fridge is empty. In 2005, I'm empty. No one is calling me. Everyone is laughing. This is legend now. This is I'm legend now. Now I'm legend. I'm fucked up for what you just did. And you're not answering the phone.
But why would he? Like why would he?
No
Matter of fact, hold on. Before we go any further, Dylon, you was your own worst enemy. Was you not? If you can find the footage to making the band season 2 part 3. No. Part 2. Making the band season 2 part 2. When the group was picked, they all got to live in the house. And what the fuck was Dylon doing the entire time? He was fucking playing around the entire time. Oh, I got my parole, man. I can't do certain because of my parole. Well, there was several motherfuckers in that house that used to be on parole. They know the parameters of parole. I'm pretty sure it differs in every state, but I'm pretty sure it within the core of it, it's the same damn thing. Now, Dylon did all that shit to himself. Not showing up for gigs, not showing up to make music, not showing up because he had something going on. But when we see a camera with him, what did we see him doing? Fucking up. Now, I'm not about to be on Diddy's side when I say this because, like I said, Diddy's a menace. But Diddy wrote a letter when this motherfucker's about to go to jail. Right? He wrote a letter to the judge and told the judge, look, I think it would be in your best interest if you allow this kid to be free because he's about to embark on something monumental in his life. He's about to become a music superstar. His music is going to transcend genres and all this bullshit he was saying in the letter. And I would like if you would allow me to have him in my care while he embarks on this journey. The judge signed off on it. He said, okay, cool. Got you. But who was fucking up as the kids say, who was fucking up the bag? Mr. I Spit Hot Fire. He can only blame himself. Where am I at? Oh.
one is answering the phone. So everybody say, oh, you bust now, man. You've gone through, man. You make it. How? When at that time, no one picking up their phone. Not a one label.
Nigga, they saw your ass on the show. You're not trustworthy. Now, although reality TV shows are meant to spin the situation, so for all we know, yeah, the reason why he couldn't do the things that everyone else was doing in the group, because yes, he was on active parole. So he might have not been able to go to North Carolina to do a show. He may not be able, excuse me, to go to the studio at 3:00 in the morning because he has a curfew. So I can understand that. But what I don't understand is how he was so surprised of why labels wasn't checking for him. Wyclef said it himself in the show. You can either make the song or not make the song. And what happened? He made the song, but it was left in the ethers after that. He only went on maybe when they did the third part to the second season, he probably went to maybe 2 shows that they did. So, what did they say in the show? When you don't show up to do shows, we get to split your money. So, instead of the money being split 6 ways, the money got split 5 ways with them earning a bonus from Yo Money. So It was your fault.
And at that time, you had to sign to a record label, not one label. And I know all of them, so I'm calling them direct. And they're like, I can't help you. That joke, gone, buddy. That joke took over.
That joke burned your career.
The joke actually burned it. At that time, I couldn't do nothing.
Well, why would you be so surprised? Like, I'm not understanding. Why are you surprised? You did it to yourself. Diddy didn't do it. You did it. Like what the hell is wrong with this dude? But anyway, people, I had fun. I'm gonna go and get up on out of here. I made myself a lavish dinner tonight. I earned it. I'm having curry chicken with spinach and peppers and onions, along with a Greek salad. So, I'm about to get down and grub. But anywho, yeah. Once I get off of here, y'all, I'm about to snack. Well, not really snack, I'm about to grub. Anyway. But yeah, man, this shit's crazy. But let's get into a show summary. So, I started off the show with Cenat looking zesty as hell. He needs to get those pictures and videos scrubbed from the internet because he has the ability to do that shit now. So you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure he can call whomever and get all that stuff scrubbed. So got into the Tiffany Red situation by way of help by King Trey. He filled me in on some stuff that I didn't know. So I thank you for that, King Trey. But on a serious note, though, what's happening to Tiffany isn't right. Like, I believe if you work for what you're doing, you should be fairly compensated. Of which she didn't get fairly compensated for her work. But, it's the music industry. We've all heard the stories of not being paid and stuff like that. So I guess it happens. So I feel for her. I believe she should, try and figure out how she can get her money. And if the suit so happens to if the suit so happens to go through and she's able to collect what she deserves, then hey, I'm with her. You know what I mean? Also, what else did I cover? The BBL thing. Look, shorties, if y'all gonna come out here and get some work done to your ass, make sure you know how to wash your ass first. All right, because this shit is sick that you putting these men through smelling your twerk when and you ain't got your your affairs in order. Also spoke about Shannon Sharp and how everybody keeps calling him gay. Hey, look, it's his own fault. It's his own fault. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, then it comes with the whole what's dude's name? Dylon. How Dylon basically out here trying to cop pleas because he's like, you know what I'm saying, I didn't deserve that. I was just a kid at the time, and you was fucking up like a child. So, I can't really say much more to you other than, hey man, you burnt your own bridge. You gotta know that if you gonna fuck up in these venues, such as the music industry, word travels. But word didn't have to travel that fast because we saw you on television. So it's your own fault. So everybody, let's get on out of here. Let's play this beautiful theme music. Let's get on out of here. So people, please, please, please I need y'all to know that every Friday I do this here podcast. That is every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then, once I figure out what game I want to play on Saturdays at 2:30, I'll make sure I'll let you guys know. But for now on, it's on hiatus. I don't know when I'm coming back with that stream. But don't forget to come and check me out every week. I'm here, like I said, every Friday and Saturday. So make sure you set your notifications on this here channel. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so to this here channel. And then I need you to do this. I need you to go to the description box, find the Rumble link, and then I want you to go ahead and subscribe to me over on Rumble, because I want to do a simulcast. I believe that once I start building myself up over on Rumble, I'm pretty sure I get bigger on Rumble than what I am here on YouTube. So, plus they paying that money over there. Get that money, honey. Anyway, if you so happen to want to call in, you can. You can either hit the link that is pinned in the live chat. That'll bring you straight here to the backstage. Once you do that, or if you call the number, I need you to do I need you 3 of these rules, all 3 of them. Rule number 1, you must be on camera at all times. This is for the link. You must be on camera at all times. If you when you come back here, I need to see you, and if you want to be shown to the viewing audience. But rule number 2 says if you don't want to be seen to the viewing audience, that is fine, but you still have to follow rule number 1. There's a message back here, or there's a question back here in the private chat. Don't make it a conversation. Try and answer it the best way possible. I'll further accommodate you from there if you do, or if you do not want to be on camera to the public, and then I'll bring you up. And then lastly, mute all background noise. Use corded headphones for a better audio experience for not only me, but for the viewing audience. And please, if you could, turn me off if you have me on any device, or turn me down, so I can't hear myself for feedback purposes. But with that being said, please do yourself a favor. When you do call in, please, if you could, keep it short. Because, although Trey was the only person who called in tonight, I do need y'all to be a little short. So I will allot people 3 to 5 minutes next time. So get out all that you can within that 3 to 5 minutes, and we can either debate, argue, talk, fill me in on something that I didn't know, and other stuff. And then lastly, please like this video. Subscribe if you are new here. Hit that bell icon also you can get all of my notifications once I go live or when I post a video. Comment in the comment section once this video is done. And please share this to your friends and family and to your social medias, so people can know what is going on over here on this channel, because I know that they won't be disappointed. But as well, the scrolling tickers for you guys, all right? Please read over that in any video that I have when I live stream. That's for you to either follow me or whatever the hell you want to do with that. Just read over that. That's for y'all. And before we get on out of here, I want to hit y'all with some words of wisdom. We all know money makes the world go around, because, money's that money. You need that guap, that moolah, that paper, that cheddar. So please get to the money the best way possible, because I know it'll make you more happier. Also, drink more water for health purposes. I would say mineral water or some sort of alkaline water or coconut water. I prefer coconut water because it already has the minerals and stuff that you need. Also, please mind your own business for mental health purposes, because the more that you in other people's business, you're not taking care of what's up here. So mind your own business for mental health purposes. If you don't believe a damn word I said tonight, do your own research. Helps you out in the long run. I have been Marcus. This has been Marcus Speaks Live. People, I'll check you guys out next week, and I thank you guys for watching. Peace out.